guys, welcome everyone to 24K Lircana. We got the champion here with the beautiful stitch mat and this beautiful price card we got going on here. Sheesh. All right, so I got my boy Caesar here from the testing group over here. And tell us, what deck did you pilot to get this first place?
So to get this first place, I played red-blue, the Pawpsicle deck, and I won first place. And then the next day, right after, I got a top 8 at another location. Unfortunately, I lost my first match in Top Cut, so I was one game away from a brother.
Okay, good showing, good showing. All right, let's see the spice, the deck list. Show us what's going on.
Pretty similar to some of the other lists, but I'm a big advocate for it, and I've been playing Pawpsicle pretty consistently since set 2. But once I saw this card, I'll go over it in a bit. I was a big advocate for it. I cut it for a while because a lot of people weren't playing it. But once I saw people like sliding it back in, I was like, yeah, this card was good. We just had to, I kind of had to get a play around. So I'll go ahead and show you guys that. So I'll go ahead and go with some ramp tools first. Obviously play 4 1-jumps. I think 1-jump's key. I'll kind of tell you guys a little bit right now what I would go for my ideal hand. And then for more ramp, I go for how far I'll go. So I originally was, when I played the deck and won, I originally was on only 3, but this card has came up so clutch that I think it's a must see in most matchups. And the reason for that is because I still have more ramp, but it goes with the items. So we'll go ahead and go to my 4 drops, which normally I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about that. So normally on turn 1, I want to see an item if possible. If not, I mean, it is what it is. I don't mulligan for it. What I do mulligan for is one of these 2 cards and one of my 4 drops. So these are my 4 drops and these are my ramp. So typically, if ideal hand, I want to go Pawpsicle turn 1 or Shield of Virtue turn 1. Then turn 2, I want a 1-jump. Regardless what most decks are doing, I don't really care. And then on turn 3, I want to ink and play Tala most of the time. I choose Tala over Hiram because in aggro matchups, she's a better trade. And even against locations, she's going to trade better.
3/3, right?
Correct, yeah. So then depending on what they're doing, if it's aggro, I might start trading. But even then, most of the time, I prioritize this. I go ahead and sing. Next turn, I sing. And I find my thing. So at that time, you're probably already like at 5 or 6 lore. And if you did the 1-jump into Tala, you can sing right here and look for your Maui and then play Maui, which I don't have it right here right next.
Yeah, right, turn 4, right? Turn 3 from turn 4.
So even against aggro, that's good. And by that time you're ramping, you have presence of a strong character on board, and you're only 2 ink away from be prepared if you need to. So there's a little bit of the ramp package right here, the 4 1-drops.
Your curve, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much how you
go. So for how far I'll go. And then, like I said, I think
I
was only on 3 Talas, same thing before, but I lumped it up to 4 because I think she's so important. I prioritize playing her on turn 4 over Hiram a majority of the times, and obviously my 1-drop items. And the reason why I play Shield over Maui's Hook is because for that same reason, if I need a 1-drop item to pop Hiram, there's another one, and it's almost the same thing as Hook because you just pay 3 and then you stand your character back up. So if you have a Maui, it's almost doing the same thing. Obviously, in that case, Hook is a little bit better, but I just think the viability of having the Hiram being able to pop it and cycle a little bit more, it's better to pay 1 than 3. And obviously, going to a little bit more into my item package, the Lucky Dimes. I only play 2. I don't think more is needed. Obviously, the finisher is crazy, but I mean, in some matchups, you don't even need the Lucky Dime as the finisher. It's nice, but I think you can control the board enough. And this goes with my ramp package, the Fishbone. Honestly, like, the card's still good, but I think this ramp alone, the 1-jump and the how far I go, will carry you enough to
sometimes you don't need Fishbone, right?
Exactly. Like, if I see this,
you can just ink the Fishbone at that point.
If I see this in my hand, I'll ink this. Like, I prioritize this.
Right.
But I just think this whole combo, 1-jump, how far I'll go into Gramma Tala is so cracked. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and put my items right here. So then I have some of my removal targets. I have 3 Madame Medusa and 1 Tremaine. It's pretty basic ratios from what everyone's doing. I'm debating on cutting the Tremaine and putting the 4th Medusa, just because, like, Tremaine, same thing. Like I said, if I'm hitting that ramp and I see a turn 3 Ursula, which is what I'm most afraid of, most of the time I could get here by turn 6 and I could out it with this. And if I can't out it with that, like I said, I go into the Maui. Where's my Maui? So I'll kind of explain about
Yeah.
more removal. I got Be Prepared, 4, 3 Maleficents. The winning list had 4 Maleficents, but I cut 1 for Tala, and then the Let It Goes. So with the Maui, if I play the Maui on 5, it's clear, and then they play something, I can sing this with Maui. So I think this is so cracked to be able to, on turn 5 or whatever turn it is, play the Maui, swing in, and then next turn, if Maui's not doing anything, he also becomes a singer. So he'll sing How Far I'll Go, or he'll sing Let It Go.
Then you can also remove something with these, and in the follow-up they play something, then you just sing Let It Go, and then you still save value on your character. It's really good.
Yeah, another thing why I think this is so cracked is because once you play her, she's not really doing much. She's questing for 1 lore. Like at that point, I'd rather save the ink and sing with her Let It Go than waste another 9 lore to play Maleficent, or like something else I can't out that's
you're waiting for something else for the Maleficent dragon
that she can't hit because it's more than 3 power. Like I'd rather just sing Let It Go instead of playing 9
instead of
for
wasting
this.
that, so
So
that's fair.
it's free. It's free value. So that's my removal right there. Go ahead and put that. I think this is kind of getting slept on, but I think it's cracked, at least in this deck. I don't know if in every other deck, but the fact that you have so many 6 costs just sitting around, basically doing nothing besides the Tremaine that kind of gains 2 lore, they could not sing it. A little bit of I call this my dime targets. I have the 3 Belles, the Gaston, which helps you search in case you have your break, and obviously the Tamatoas. I mean, we all know what Tamatoa does. Brings back Pawpsicle, keep the engine going, bring back dime if it gets destroyed and all that. So this is just cracked. These are just the dime targets.
How's the 1 Gaston doing for you?
I was at 2, but this was something else. I think I cut this. I was at 2, but I cut this to put the 4th How Far I'll Go.
Okay.
I think just shout them out, Parcana. They're not on Gastons. I tried the exact list that they had, which is pretty similar to this one. But they weren't playing Gastons. They said it wasn't good. I was playing their exact list. Like I literally ripped it because that's kind of what I tend to do. I rip and then I'll change my little adjustments. But I feel like if you're like brick super hard and like this is where this kind of helps you get on brick too. Like this is just an extra 3 card look in case like you're stuck with uninkables or something. And most of the time you'll get to 6. Like you shouldn't be that brick to where you can't play this. So it's just another body that scares people because it quests for 3, took 4/4, pretty decent body, and you get to look for 3. So if you need that Hiram, if you need that lucky dime, I still think he's good. I was at 2, but like I said, I just think this package is so cracked. The How Far I'll Go package is so cracked that I just cut down that 1 Gaston to fit this in.
That's fair. And if you do see the Gaston and you don't see your Tala and Hiram, you can go from the 1 jump to the How Far to the Gaston,
yeah,
right?
Correct. So you can play Gaston in 6, and then if you're missing, it just helps a lot because if you're ramping that hard and you need to hit that I'll show it right now, that Scar or that Be Prepared, like because you don't have it in hand, because you don't want to keep that in hand, especially against screen matchups or like whole new world, because then it's gonna get ripped. Like you already emptied your hand, so you can search for that Be Prepared or that Scar. So,
yeah, it helps you.
Like I said, these are my dime targets. What I play for the dimes, and then I have 2 locations. I was bigger on more locations, but I feel like they're cracked when they're well timed. But if they're not well timed, like most of the time you're just inking them from your hand. Like especially if you're playing purple red, like you see like they're turn 5 and the Maui, like they can out this so easy. Other decks can't out it, but I still feel like majority of the time you'd rather be ramping than wasting your time playing this. But when it's well timed, after a Be Prepared, or when their board's clear and you have a lot of extra ink to just kind of slap this down and be like, all right, deal with it. Some decks just can't.
I know some people don't play it, but I also am a big advocate that I feel like it should be at least in the deck in some numbers.
It should be at least in the deck in some number. I'm a big advocate. There's some, like I said, it's only 2 slots and the card's not completely dead. There's a lot of times where it is ink, but there's a lot of times where I'm like
a good time.
There's a lot of times
bad, right? Yeah.
There's a lot of times where I'm like, dude, if I drop this shit right now,
it's
gonna take them like 3 turns. I get 6 lore out of this, you know, and then they can't be prepped. So I'll drop this. And then I'll drop Belle, and then I'll drop something else.
Start putting pressure to you. You want them to be prepped because you know they're wasting the value on them.
Yeah, because then they can't out this.
Lord, exactly.
There's only one thing that outs this, and it's Maui Hook, and it's a 2-card.
A lot of people don't play a fish hook either.
So then I still have the Queen of Hearts. I was testing cutting them out, just because, like I said, even against aggro matchups, if she's in my open hand, I'll keep it in case, like I said, break or something. But if she's in my opening hand and I have this start, the one jump, the how far I'll go Tala, I'll ink it. Like if I'll try to hold it as much as I can, but if I have no other ink option, I will ink this instead of playing this. I will go that route still. So I just think that route is so cracked even for aggro matchups that I don't think you need this. The only reason I haven't cut it is because if you do get pretty assed out and you don't get like any of these, it does get you out of certain situations, or if you draw it late and you just need that extra 2 power to finish up a location, like it is rushed at the end of the day and it does help out, but it's testable. I think it could possibly be cut. And then I have obviously the four Mauis and the 2 scars. Like I said, Maui's cracked too. Singer, there's certain parts where if we didn't have these songs, Maui would just sit on board doing nothing. And now we can utilize them with the Let It Go song singing and the How Far singing. And even sometimes the one jump if you really can't do anything with him. And Scar, I mean, it's just basically pseudo be prepared. I'll keep this in hand sometimes against any green matchup, but be prepared always goes back because it gets ripped from Ursula. They can't rip this unless they just
your character be prepared, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That way you keep it safe somehow against,
so you can keep it safe and it's a pretty good card. I mean, sometimes it feels brick, but that's why we have Fishbone.
Feels really good when you can like kill and then heal with Pawpsicle, and then continue killing. He has that nice synergy.
Yeah, that's that little synergy too with the Pawpsicle. I mean, they might think that you can't out their whole board because it only has 5 health, but when you have 2-3 Pawpsicles laying around, I mean, it has more than 5 health. So, and like I said, sometimes it feels bad having it in hand, but this is why we have Fishbone, to ink away all that.
It's a good card. It's a really good card. You get to 7 fast.
Yeah, I was kind of negative on it at first, but trying it out, just having that pseudo B prep that can't get ripped from your hand just by Ursula, it just helps out definitely. So.
And you're at 60 cards, right?
I'm at 60 cards even. I believe it's 21 uninkables. I was a big advocate on going less than 15 uninkables, even on blue. But this package right here just helps it out so much. I feel like this negates that. So once again, guys.
Is there anything that you would switch in the deck moving forward, or are you very happy with this list?
I'm very happy with this list currently. I mean, I would have to test it because I just added the 4 of these recently. But just that day where I won the championship, like this was what I was mulligan for. Like this.
And that's when you realize that you want to see these more.
Yeah,
so you realize that's the play. Okay,
so once I started winning, I just started thinking back, like, what did I do this game to just get it out of hand, right? And now I was like, what I did was one jump, play this, and then most of the time
value. So good.
So yeah, like I said, let's go back to the ideal curve in case anyone needs any tips. What I'm mulligan for is not, I don't prioritize this, but obviously I can't negate that this is the ideal curve, to play this on one. But what I do mulligan for is these 3 cards. Obviously, if I have Hiram, I don't know what my Hiram. If I have Hiram, I will keep them in my opening hand. But I prefer this because, like I said, this outs everything.
So this is what you mulligan for, but if you do happen to have this before the mulligan, you keep those in hand.
Yeah, so if I see them in hand, I will keep them in hand. But if I don't, I'm not looking for this. I'm looking for this.
Like you're digging for this.
And then I'm also not looking for this.
So other than this, everything else is going pretty much.
Other than this, unless I don't see this, almost everything else is going back.
Or unless you don't see these and have like a quill, maybe, right? You keep the quill. Or no, you still go for that.
Even then, I think I
got it. Okay, that's good to know. See.
I mean, if I'm literally on all inkables and like I'm risking it, like. But even then, like I think I full mull and I have to at least see one inkable. If I draw this,
you trust yourself that you're gonna see either with the one jump into the Tala at least,
you just need. And then another tip is if you do have this, whatever card it is, as long as it's an inkable, like let's say this is my hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like I might throw this one back. But if you already have the ideal curve, keep an inkable, like no matter what it is. If it's Maleficent, because that way you won't break. Because once you get past the 1. Pawpsicle should draw you that other inkable, and once you get past 2, like it doesn't matter how many inkables you have, like this is gonna get you
into the 4 naturally. Exactly.
It's gonna get you to 5 ink regardless. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it.
Nice. Do you have any shout-outs?
Shout-outs. I mean, my boy Hector right here, obviously Top Choice Gaming. This is my basically go-to card shop. This is where I get most of my practices in.
They're actually in the top 8 right now for the Stitch, you guys.
Yeah. We're not gonna talk about today.
We're on some spies, which hopefully our boy still gets it. We make that deck profile.
We're all on some spies. So yeah, obviously Hector, he's helped me test through a lot of sets, and Top Choice has helped me practice here too. There's a big competitive scene here to help you get better if you need to, and a lot of people are friendly. And if you need like-minded people that you think you're a good player and you just need that extra advice or what should I do here, or are these cards good? This is a good place to get it because there's a lot of like high competitive people here that have some good thoughts about the game. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, guys.
Nice, man.
Ideal curve.
Love the deck, man.
Yeah, man. So pretty much it, guys. I hope some of you guys want some stitches and
Yes, and congrats again, man. Don't take that away from you. You're a Stitch champ, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Congrats.
sir. All right, man. Thank you, Hector.